I've listened to so many calls where the customer is trying to give the agent their street address or their email address, and the agent is just not getting the spelling correct. Well, we finally figured out a way to solve this. Take a quick look at this demo.
Hello, I'll need to collect your email address. Would you prefer to text it to me instead of saying it out loud?
Yeah, that'd be way easier.
Perfect. I'm sending you a text message right now where you can reply with your email address. Thank you. I've received your email address, Christina@PokuLabs.com. If you need anything else, just let me know.
If you want to enable two-way SMS for your retail agent, watch this 4-minute tutorial. The first step is to navigate to the Poku Dashboard. I'm going to drop this URL link in the video description below so it's easy for you to click on. And you're going to navigate to the Human in the Loop tab after logging in with any email or Gmail sign-in. On the Human in the Loop tab, you can configure channel cards and select from all these different channels. Today we'll focus on SMS. A channel card is what dictates to your agent who to reach out to in case it needs to ask a human a question, and how long to wait before moving on in the conversation if the agent doesn't end up receiving a response from a human. So I always recommend setting at least 60 seconds to give the human enough time to respond. As for the number, go ahead and enter your own number for now with the country code in front. So I'm in the US, my country code is +1, and hit create for my channel card. You can hit send test just to make sure your phone receives the message and everything is working. The agent is actually going to replace the human number we just entered with the customer's number, so the agent can start a text thread with your customer directly and your customer can respond with your information. But I'll get into that explanation later if you stick around to the end of the video. For now, this looks great and this is all the setup you have to do on Poku. Let's head on over to your retail AI agent. Go ahead and create a blank agent if you haven't done so already, and come to the MCP section and add a new MCP. So here we need to first name the MCP. Let's call it Poku. It doesn't really matter what this is. The URL though here does matter. Come to the channel card you just created on Poku. Copy the MCP URL of your channel card and drop it in to this module here. It should look something like this. For the timeout, configure this to the exact same time you just set on Poku. So on Poku we set 60 seconds, so let's make this 60,000 milliseconds. The next step is to add an authorization header using this format, authorization, and the value is bearer space your Poku API key. Now, where do I grab a Poku API key? It's under the Poku account tab and generate API key. This is only shown once, so make sure you save this somewhere. We'll paste this in, hit save, and that's it. You've created a connection to the Poku MCP server. Now we do need to add a tool and actually come here and select the contact human tool and check speak after execution. It's really important to check speak after execution because you want your agent to say something to the customer after it's received the input information. Okay, the last and final step of enabling two-way SMS is to prompt your agent to actually use the contact human tool. And I've provided this prompt in a Google Doc link in the description below, but let's take a quick look as to what this prompt is saying. It's giving your customer the option to collect their email address over text or over voice. If your customer chooses to provide their email address over text, then I'm telling the agent to send the customer a text message right now by using the contact human tool. It is very important in your agent prompt to use this exact tool name. And if you're trying to enable two-way SMS, you must include these parameters. So for the human number, recall that on the Poku dashboard, where we configured the channel card, I had put in a human number. Here, I'm actually telling the agent to override that human number with the user number. This is the number that your customer is calling in from. In terms of the message, usually the agent generates this on its own, but I already know we're collecting the email address, so I'm just gonna preemptively determine this message. And that was it. That was the entire setup in about 4 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed that. You are now ready to test. And if you are testing in Retell Sandbox and you've not linked up this agent to a phone number yet, the one thing I do want to advise you to do is come over to dynamic variables and populate the user number as if there's actually someone calling it. Hit save and you can go ahead and test your agent.
Hello, I'll need to collect your email address. Would you prefer to text it to me instead of saying it out loud?
Yes, please.
Perfect. I'm sending you a text message right now where you can reply with your email address. Thank you. I've received your email address as Christina@pokulubs.com. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Thank you so much for watching. Now feel free to go to the Poku Dashboard, which is linked below, to give this a try. And every new Poku account starts off with 20 free credits so you can play around. As always, if you run into any questions or comments or have feedback, leave them below or email us at hello@pokulabs.com.